Hello there YouTube viewers, and welcome back to another edition of Health Matters. I hope you've been practicing the corrections of posture, and we'll be talking more about those in the weeks to come. But as promised, I want to just break away and introduce you to a system that I consider to be the most important system in the body, and that is the lymphatic system. It's important in the fact that it has two main functions for the body. The first is that it is our immune system, so it protects us from bacteria and virus invasions and things like splinters, helps to get rid of those and heal. And the second one, and the most important one in my opinion, is that it is our waste disposal system. Now, every system in the body produces waste. Every cell in that system produces waste, and they all rely on the lymphatic system to get rid of their waste. Just think about that for a moment. Every single system in the body produces waste and uses the same waste disposal system. That's great if it works fantastically well and no problems. But what happens if that lymphatic system slows up, or worse still, gets blocked? Where does the waste go? Well, it was that led me to my research that I've done for 8 years and eventually developed a technique called the Sepia Technique, which I worked out for clearing the lymphatic system when it becomes blocked. Now, what happens is, as it's slowing down, it produces signs and symptoms, almost giving us a clue that it is blocking down. But because those signs and symptoms are at first minor, we accommodate them and justify the reasons why we get them. For instance, if we get poor circulation, we just assume that we're either getting old, or that we're not as active as we used to be, or that it could be a change in the weather, or it could be something to do with our diet. So we make justifications as to why we get these problems. Now, there are an awful lot of problems that are too many to mention, but they all feature in my book, which I'll be talking about a bit later on. But what the most important thing to realise is, once it becomes established, this blockage will become more and more and more until it's producing major symptoms such as MRSA and ME, chronic fatigue, migraines, lymphedema. There's hundreds of things which it can cause, all because our immune system is not working properly. Right? So what causes this to become blocked? Well, the major contributory factor is stress, and we all suffer with stress at one point or another. Stress isn't just something where you are ranting and raving and it's a physical nature. It could be emotional stress. It could be psychological stress. Being bullied at school is stress. It's trauma to the emotion. Okay? Losing a loved one is psychological stress, emotional stress as well. Okay? Having work pressure is physical stress. There's all sorts of things that even doing bodybuilding is putting our bodies under stress. So we can gather that stress happens to all of us at some point or another. Now, how do we tell if our lymphatics are blocked? Well, the best way of doing it, and the easiest way of showing that we are, is to find out whether or not we've got these signs and symptoms for a start off. Okay? They can be seen on my website, and they can also be seen in the back of the book, but you can also look for clues yourself. And the first and most important one is the skin. If these toxins are going to remain within us and can't get out because they're blocked, they implode and they stretch the skin and filter underneath in between the tissues. So it expands the skin like a tight drum. Okay, like a very tight drum. So if it does that like a tight drum, you wouldn't be able to pinch the skin of a tight drum. Okay, so just the same, if you can pinch skin like this, okay, it's a very small piece of skin here and a small piece of skin here, small piece of skin everywhere, okay, here, everywhere. But what I'm talking about is a tight drum, so you wouldn't be able to pick up the skin because it's so tight, it's so imploded and stretched and filled with all these waste products that it gives the impression that you've got this fatty, hard outer skin. Okay? What we need to do is reverse that and get rid of all this waste product so it can reverse the signs and symptoms such as your headaches and your menopausal symptoms, that's one of the things, low libido, all sorts of things, cramp, all will be reversed slowly as you clear the lymphatic system and get rid of the waste. That's the most important thing. And then all the other systems in the body can function as they should be, as God intended them to. Okay, fully functional. Even your memory will improve. Ladies, you will lose inches. You won't lose weight, but you will lose inches. And so will you, gentlemen. We all will, because what happens is the implosion will, you will break down all the waste products and allow it to get out of your body. All the systems will run normally, your metabolism will increase, and everything will be back to the way it should be. Now, as I say, you can help yourselves, because in my book here, okay, it shows you how to get rid and turn this around. All right, it restores your immune system. Okay, it detoxes the body, it reverses poor health, and improves your quality of life. Okay, in the back of it is a DVD, and that shows me performing the Sepia technique. It's something you can use on yourself, it's something you can use on your family, your friends. Have a read of it and see if you've got these signs and symptoms. If you think your immune system is blocked, if you think you have stress, or you know someone that's suffering with stress, then this book is just for you. It really will help change your life and improve your quality of life. Trust me, it is £10, and believe you me, that'll be the best £10 you've ever spent. Go to my website, www.thesepiatechnique.com. Have a look at the chapter that's on there, okay, under the Sepia Technique, and do yourself a favour. Mother's Day's coming up. Order a copy for your mum or your sister, your girlfriend, whatever. Do them a favour. It is so important. It's a system that I cannot... If my patients were here now, they would tell you how fantastic it is and how brilliant they feel, because it improves everything. So you feel alive, you get more energy. There's loads of things. I can't begin to tell you how many things it changes about you because of these waste products that's stored within you. Okay? Next week we're going to be recapitulating the postural corrections and bad habits. Again, keeping on the topic and the theme of the feet. So do join me again for next week's edition of Health Matters. Till then, take care.